All right, here we go. We are going live here. All right, here we are going live. We are up on Instagram. Facebook seems to be connected. And we'll give a minute or two just for people to find it and click on and get involved. There we go. Aaron is on. Welcome. All right. There we go. All right. You'll see me glancing around. It's because I'm streaming on multiple places. So I'll be looking at different cameras at different times. All right. So let's begin. Each week between Pesach or Passover and Shavuos, we read a chapter of Pirkei Avos, Ethics of Our Fathers. There are 6 weeks from the end of Passover until Shavuos. We count 7 weeks of the Sphira when we count each day getting up to Shavuos when we got the Torah. But there are 6 weeks between Passover's ending and Shavuos. And there are 6 chapters of Mishnayot and Pirkei Avot, that's Ethics of Our Fathers, and we read a chapter each week. So this past week was the first week, and we read the chapter that begins. It's the first chapter of Pirkei Avos. It begins, Moshe kibel Torah miSinai. Moshe received the Torah from Sinai. So it's a little interesting. Like, got it from Sinai. Why do we need to mention Sinai? Why do we need to bring that in? Could have simply just said Moshe got the Torah from God. What do we need to mix Sinai into this for? And there are many commentaries in Russian that explain this. And one midrash says that the reason it was given on a mountain was to show how powerful and how great the Torah is. It was given up high on a mountain. There's another midrash that discusses other mountains in the area. There's Mount Carmel, Mount Tabor, which are both much larger. So why wouldn't the Torah be given on a bigger mountain? We give it some more of that pride and more status there. So why was God chose to give the Torah on a small mountain, little old Har Sinai? The Midrash continues that it's the stress of virtue of humility. Well, if it's the stress of virtue of humility, then maybe it should have been given in a valley, or maybe even just a field, in a plain. What do we need it to be given on a mountain for? If the mountain is showing the opposite of humility. And if it is, then it should have been given on a higher mountain, on a larger peak. So the Rebbe explains that in order to receive the Torah and observe the mitzvos, we have to possess both qualities. We must possess humility, which is symbolized by the lower peak, the lowest of all the mountains. But humility has its drawbacks. Humility and humbleness can allow someone to follow along, even if they know what they're doing is wrong. Just follow along with the herd. It can lead to shyness or bashfulness, not standing up for your beliefs. The Torah was given on a mountain to teach us pride and strength. The Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, even begins with the line stating not to be ashamed in the face of cynics. We have to stand proud, stand our ground. But the pride in no way contradicts our humility, the humility that's required of us. It doesn't come from a place of arrogance. It's simply pride that we carry that we are carrying as we carry out God's commandments. So that's a little lesson that I learned this week, that I enjoyed. And we will move on to the rye. So thanks, Aaron. I'll get that battery soon. Today we have Peerless Rye whiskey. I know it's not a bourbon. Peerless does have a bourbon, very award-winning. But their rye is amazing as well, and also has a whole bunch of awards. We have two different ones this week that we're going to try. These are both single barrels, both different barrels. Peerless is a distillery here in Louisville. They're based downtown. Great facility, amazing people, and they're very unique in a lot of things they do. Let me just look at the bottle itself. Beautiful bottle. Just the amount of work that goes into this, the solid cap, everything, every detail was paid attention to. Beautiful bottle. There's our kosher symbol. You can see. This is the 3-year-old rye. One unique thing about this is that it's a sweet mash. A lot of ryes and most bourbons are sour mash. What that means is that a sour mash will reuse part of the fermentation for the next batch. And in a sweet mash, they clean that all out and they start fresh each time. It's a different way of making it and very unique. The one I'm going to drink tonight is called Smoked Latte. Caleb Kilburn, the master distiller over at Peerless, named it, and they have a panel that grades them, and they put out each barrel only when it's ready. So we have our Peerless Rye in our Peerless glass. Take a look first at it. It's a darkish color. Against the red, it looks kind of darker. Maybe like a light mahogany, but a nice rich color. Very nice smell. Wow, great aroma. Smell like cranberries, cherries. Very fruity, sweet, maybe a little orange. Maybe even a little maple. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niyeh b'dvaro. Wow. Getting a very mocha taste. Maybe some maybe cherry, vanilla. Full flavor. No burn at all on the way down. Wow. It's good every time. Well, if you got to taste it tonight, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Enjoy. L'chaim.